They're going to mark it as third down. And now timeout for Cherryville.
Cherryville's going to call a timeout, so we will too. 2:33 left to go in the ball game. East Gaston leads Cherryville 21-6. You're listening to Cherryville Ironman football on 92.9 WCSL 1590 AM, brought to you by Bugbusters of Lincolnton.
It's a metal roofing rainbow of colors at Acre Enterprises in Cherryville. Come in and check out the many metal roofing colors, including burnished slate, white, rustic red, charcoal, and dark blue. And 3x12-foot metal roofing is only $30 a sheet. But that's not all. Acre Enterprises in Cherryville has 2x12-foot 5V silver galvanized barn tin, too. So if you're looking for something different in metal roofing, see Acre Enterprises, 1220 Shelby Highway, 150 West in Cherryville, right across from Food Line. Online at acrecarports.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
Get ready to celebrate 100 years of tradition, family fun, and unforgettable memories at the Cleveland County Fair in Shelby, North Carolina, presented by Albemarle. From thrilling rides and exciting games to delicious food and live entertainment, there's something for everyone. Join us from September 26th to October 6th for this historic event at North Carolina's largest county fair. Grab your tickets today at clevelandcountyfair.com, and let's make this a celebration to remember.
2:33 left to go in the ball game. East Gaston leads Cherryville 21-6. Chip Carter here along with Brian Ferree. We're wrapping up this game. Third and short for East Gaston. I think they're just looks like they're trying to run out the clock here to finish this game off. Ethan Presley out of the shotgun takes a snap. Hand off to Isaac Brown. Brown met in the backfield. No, it's a fake. And it's going to be a completed pass. And East Gaston, it looks like they're going to get the run brought down just shy. And they're going to say he fumbled the ball, but they're going to say he was down he was already down when the ball came out. Boy, that fooled me and fooled half the stadium, I believe, because it looked like it was a handoff to Brown, but then it was a fake, and then
it was Reed. It was a pass to Donovan Reed.
And yes, Ethan Presley with the dump pass over to Reed, and Reed just took it and ran with it, literally. And now it'll be first and goal. Cherryville's going to take another timeout. So will we. 2:22 left to go. East Gaston leads Cherryville 21-6. 92.9 WCSL 1590 AM. Cherryville Ironman football brought to you by Bugbusters of Lincolnton.
Mum's the word at Ferguson Ace Hardware in Cherryville. They've got their fall mums and pansies in now. Also fall vegetables too. Come check them out and get yours planted for fall today. And keep them in mind for your grass seed, lime, and fertilizer. And they carry all of your garden tools, plus steel blowers, trimmers, chainsaws, and more. Get ready for leaf season with a stop at Ferguson Ace Hardware. Highway 150 East in Cherryville. Ace is the place.
Hi, this is Vince Hefner, pastor of the First Baptist Church in Cherryville. I'd like to share with you my favorite passage of Scripture in God's Word. Philippians 4, verse 8 tells us this, "And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about things that are excellent and worthy of praise. Keep putting into practice all that you have learned and received from me, everything you heard from me and saw me doing. Then the God of peace will be with you." This is Vince Hefner, pastor of the First Baptist Church of Cherryville, reminding you God loves you.
First and goal for East Gaston as they threaten. Runners in motion. I want to say they got caught Cherryville by surprise with the motion, so it's going to be offsides, be half the distance to the goal.
Some of their own medicine.
Yeah, I was about to say that normally to this evening. Well, that's been Cherryville fooling East Gaston with the pre-snap movement. This time, East Gaston
turned the tables. They sure did.
2:22 left to go. East Gaston leads Cherryville 21-6. Doing the same motion again. Handoff to Isaac Brown. Brown's going to run it through. He crosses the plane for a touchdown. We've got a Pete's Fish Box Cherryville penalty flag that was thrown. Let's see what we got here.
That was easy run off tackle for Brown.
That's going to be a legal shift on East Gaston. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. So apparently the officials did not appreciate the pre-snap movement of.
No, they didn't.
So now it'll be first and goal, but now they're back in about throwing 7 or 8. 2:18 remaining. So takes the snap, throws it across the middle, throws it across the middle. That one is to Kingston Curry, and it's complete. Curry gets his touchdown reception. And that'll be good for another touchdown. We call that a 7-yard touchdown pass from Ethan Presley to Kingston Curry. So we've got a Honda Motorcycles of Shelby touchdown. It's time for the Heath Jackson Plumbing extra point attempt. Caleb Smith out there for the PAT.
Snap is good. The hold is good. And the kick is good.
Extra point is good. So we look at the No Malarkey Mr. Sparky scoreboard. 2:12 remaining in the game. East Gaston tacks on to their lead. They lead Cherryville 28-6. You're listening to 92.9 WCSL 1590 AM. Cherryville Ironman football brought to you by Bud Bushers of Lincoln.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's broadcast of the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell. I'm Kevin Hastings, along with Steve Degree, Will Boykins, Dennis Davis in the house tonight. We're wrapping up our shows on the radio right now, and we're wrapping up the Cherryville broadcast and the Crest broadcast on the radio right now. We're live in studios here in Cherryville, North Carolina, at the KTC Broadcasting Studios here for the post-game show. We got all kinds of scores, reschedulings, cancellations, and all kinds of other things to go over tonight. We want to go over real quick what we have so far and kind of explain to you folks what we got, how our scoreboard's working here. Black scores are final scores. We do have some games tomorrow and Monday for this week's games. Bunker Hill West, Lincoln, Hickory. You want this? Hickory at this is a better one. If you want a good pin there, Steve. Hickory will be at St. Stephen's tomorrow, and Lincoln will be at Bandy's tomorrow for our Saturday broadcast. Monday broadcast, not broadcast, games. Monday, what you need? Use your mic. Use your big words.
He's a little stunned, right?
I know they can't. They all quiet on that side of the room.
I am not. I'm not. Y'all would not.
He's a little stunned right now.
Absolutely not. I am not.
We'll be right back after this fight.
Him and the minister over here. They stunned.
I promise you, I am not.
No, they stunned a little bit right now.
I'm not stunned.
Come on now.
Not at all.
The sun will come up tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar.
Steve's got me cracking up so hard right now.
Y'all heard the saying, play stupid games, get stupid prizes, win stupid prizes? I am not surprised.
You ain't surprised.
Hey, we were playing at South Point. What'd you expect?
Y'all gave y'all gave him 14, and y'all got 13 of them back.
Well, folks that watch it online,
see y'all Y'all talk.
We'll get
hold tight. Hold tight.
Well, y'all, hey,
I don't want nobody coming here with the tight lips when they do it.
hey, y'all give me a
turn.
Turn the box.
When it's your turn, I don't want nobody be here with the tight lips.
Turn the box fair play. For the last 3-4 years, y'all been riding me.
I ain't rode you.
Look here, and the minister can't say nothing.
I ain't rode you.
Kevin, let me know I'm telling the truth.
Hey, Steve's killing me tonight.
Tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna put Tom Cinefani on him about the last game of the year.
Oh God! Well, for the folks online, we'll be on the radio here in just a few minutes as well. So tell you folks that are waiting on the radio, we'll be there just a few minutes. Let's give the scores that we do have until Paul and them get done at South Point. We'll join there. Crest falls tonight at South Point, 27-26. East Lincoln 41-10 over West Iredale. Kings Mountain 41-23 over Forest View. 48-0 Bulldogs over Bessemer City. Shelby 77-0 over Highland Tech. 22-21 Forbush comes back.
Start off 3-0.
Yes, they did.
And now they're 3-3.
Yes, they are. I think they no, just 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah, they still.
They lost to Burns and Shelby.
Yep. Then we got Forbush. They came back tonight. Elkin led that whole game, and they went for 2 in the win and pulled off a 22-21 victory over the Elkin Bucking Bucks.
Can you imagine?
That sounds familiar, don't it?
What?
I started to say, can you imagine a team leading all night and then giving up a fight? Never mind.
All right, North Stanley 21-7 over Union Academy. Starmount 65-0 over North Stokes. East Surrey 61-14 over Wilkes Central, and North Surrey 52-13 over North Wilkes. 24-3 Concord over Carson. West Charlotte 47-0 over Hopewell. Hunter Huss last night won 46-21 over Kramer, and Mountain Island Charter won 40-18 over Winston-Salem Prep. Last score we got on Lake Norman Charter was 33-0 over South Lake Christian Academy. Statesville was up 21-0 on Ford. Ashbrook 41-13 on North Gaston. East Gaston, that was close of Cherville the whole game to the fourth quarter, and they pull away 28-6. They're up right now. And Monroe 34-9 over Forest Hills. Last time we checked, Mount Airy 28-13 over East Wilkes. And Corvion 42-0 over Bishop McGinnis. Cherokee down 46-6 at Robbinsville. And Andrews leads by safety 2-0, if that's even correct. Somebody might have jokingly put that in there, but I'm gonna put it up there because it's on the Max Preps, and they control the world, so we'll go with that one.
If it's on the internet, it's got to be true.
That's that. There you go. And we're on the internet, so there.
Could have been a forfeit. You forfeit, you got to give it a point.
You're right there. I was just curious about that. Let's see if it's changed any in the last little bit. Who did I say? Andrews. And Swain County is still showing 2-0 at halftime on their latest updated score. So yeah, that's all I got on that one. Any other finals? I don't think.
So
at Corvion's a final now.
That's why I thought I seen Cherokee and
Robbinsville. Yes.
Robbinsville. They did play.
Yeah. It's 46-16 right now in the fourth quarter.
I believe that Burns and Bessemer City's a final too.
Yes.
I think so.
Where did they play?
It says Robbinsville.
Oh.
Just curious.
So Cherokee beat Robbinsville.
Yes. No. They're still playing. Don't mark that one down. That one's still active right now. Mount Airy is now a final 28-13 over East Wilkes. Let's see if there's any other. I was never got a score on Pine Lake Prep and Christ the King night. Don't know if we got zeros on the board, folks. It means we probably couldn't find. We haven't been able to find the score, but also we're not 100% sure that they're playing. Obviously, haven't got nothing on Freedom and High Brighton.
Freedom. Remember, their field is non-playable.
Okay.
Because of the flood.
Well, they're at High Brighton.
It's a mere technicality.
But like I said, Dennis, my brother, they might not be playing at all. So if we got zeros on the board, folks, if you do have one of those scores, you can call them in. Let us know. Call JP and Wake him Yep. Are we on the air yet, JP? In there? Or are you still
No.
running commercials?
You run the commercial.
I hear him running commercials. All right. We'll get to that for the folks online. We got to join up with the radio station here in just a few moments. But Steve, you guys, we talked this conference earlier today, and about time for it to be over, sir. You got one more. You got the Yellow Jackets coming up. They're not as easy as the other two. They lost tonight. They gave Burns a little bit of a run earlier, but they turned it over like 4 times tonight. You can't do that at all against good teams. But you guys got them left, and then you host East Gaston, and then finally finish up at the Burns Bulldogs, right? Right, Steve?
Yes, sir. That's our plans. That's what we got to buy. So what we'll do, we'll come in Monday and Tuesday, do maybe some conditioning and look at film and start getting prepared for the stretch run.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe give them a couple of days off, and then we come back next. When we come back next, we'll be in playoff mode.
Well, Steve, I'm gonna make you a bet. I bet you don't score 70 on Burns.
As long as I got one more than they got.
Yeah, I know how that goes, Steve.
Yes. Well, you know what? Right now we're not even really thinking about Burns. We're just taking them one at a time. Our JV actually played Burns JV last night, so we got a chance.
What was the score in that game?
It was 7-6. Our JV beat Burns JV last night 7-6.
Missed field goal, 2 field goals.
They went for 2.
Went for 2.
Yeah, we scored first, and they scored, and they went for 2, and they didn't get it. And also, Burns had the ball with 9 seconds left on the clock inside the 5, and they threw a pass, and we batted it down, and they called a pass interference. So they got it on time down, and we batted the ball down again. So that was
that was called, was the interference in the end zone?
They called pass interference. I got picked it off. They called the referee called pass interference on one of our JV guys, and so we had to get Burns on time down. And
From the 2?
It was inside the 5. I made probably was close. So, but in high school ball, they take it back to the line of scrimmage. So probably maybe it's 2 or 3, Will.
Yeah.
And they we held them and got the JV victory. But anyway, we got a chance to talk to Coach last night up at Burns and everything. So on your bye week, you try not to get nobody hurt, and so come out and light practice and do conditioning and do a lot of mental stuff. I used to hate buys. We used to do in the scrimmage, in the squad scrimmage. You always get somebody hurt, so we had to go away from that. So Coach Will Banks here, he'll have a great plan for us on how he want to run things next week, and we'll just go by that and take our week off and do some healing and, like I said, get ready for the stretch run.
Well, listen, this is the most important week of your season. You've got basically 10 days, Steve, to shore up your defensive backfield. You can't be giving up any touchdown passes next week. So you guys got to be on point. I'm going to come to practice this week.
Here we go again.
And inspire the defense. So this is the most important week of practice in the whole year for me, for you guys. I'm looking for another shutout next week, Steve.
or at least no
week after next.
No, I'm actually hoping Besper wins 100-99.
It'll be
week
all
after
runs. Week after next.
Yeah, I know. No, I'm saying you got a week to prepare for them. You got 2 weeks.
Yeah.
To get it right, Steve. If y'all can't get that right in 2 weeks, I'm going to lose it.
The game's at Bessemer, too.
Yeah, y'all got 2 weeks to figure that out. No passes. All right, so we've joined up on the radio in Shelbytown in Cleveland County. We're still waiting on the Cherville game to finish up. So I do want to welcome all of our listeners on the radio. Welcome to the show. We'll do our top 10 here in just a little bit. Our scores on the board. If you're listening on the radio, you can watch online on YouTube and see the scores and highlights. We do got highlights of Crest and South Point, Ashbrook and North Gaston, and Bessemer at Burns, and Highland at Shelby tonight. So we do got some highlights to go through here in just a little bit. Well, fellas, y'all want to handle any of these scores for our folks on the radio real quick?
I've just got a question. Is that Ashbrook final yet?
No, it's not final yet.
Okay.
They're up big, though, but it's not a final yet. So you guys want to – Will, and Dennis, y'all want to handle the final score or do the finals first? How about Will, you do the finals, and then we'll let Dennis do the extras, the reds. So we'll do the black, Dennis do the red, and then we'll have Steve do the Saturdays and Mondays and tell you guys.
Be quiet.
No, we're going to have you do the rest of the weekend.
Okay.
All right.
All right, it was the South Point Red Raiders over the Crest Chargers, 27-26. East Lincoln Mustangs over West Iredale Warriors, 41-10. It's Kings Mountain over Forest View, 41-23. See, that's Concord Spiders over Carson Cougars, 24-3. It was West Charlotte over Hopewell, 47-0. This is a Thursday night game. Hunter Huss was over Stuart Craman, 46-21. Mountain Isle Charter 40. Is that Winston Salem Prep 8? Let's see. Burns Bulldogs 48. Western City 0. Shelby 77. Highland Tech 0. Bush Falcons 22. Elkin Bucking Elks 21. East Series 61. Wilt Central 14. Is that what's that? North Series 52. North Wilts 13. What we got over here?
The Ashbrook is a final now, 41-13. Green Wave over North Gaston.
Mount Airy 28. East Wilts 13. Wilts County ain't doing too good tonight, are they? North Stanley 21. Union County 7. Starmount 65. North Stokes 0. Corvan 42. Bishop McGinnis 0. And I think that's all that finals that I have. Again, and then the update on the Ashbrook game is a final 41-13.
I got one more final just across the board. Lake Norman Charter 50-0 over South Lake Christian. All right, Dennis, games that we still don't have scores for. I guess give the zeros to as well. We got like 4 and we don't have any score for.
Yeah, so these are not finals, folks. These are still in progress as far as we know the scores. And what we've got here, we've got the Statesville Greyhounds and the Fred T. Ford Tigers. It was Statesville 21-0 was the last score we had. And Kevin informs me that Freedom is playing at High Brighton tonight, so the field's not going to come into play there. But right now it's 0-0. Okay, we've got the West Meck Hawks versus the Huskies tonight, and that's a 0-0 score right now. Don't know what's going on with that one. In the South Lake Christian Eagles and the Lake Norman Charter Knights, that one was
It's 50-0 was the final they just came across.
50-0 on that one.
Yep.
Okay, and let's see what else we got over here. The Cherryville Ironman and the East Gaston Warriors. That's Cherryville 6, East Gaston Warriors 28, as it currently stands. Shelby squeaked by tonight, 77-0, but you don't want to know that, Steve. And Community School of Davidson, Carver Yellow Jackets, that's currently 7-6. These 1-point games tonight. I don't know what. It must be this weather or something. And you've got the Monroe Redhawks and the Forest Hills Yellow Jackets. The last thing we had on that one was 34-9 with the Monroe Redhawks. That's not surprising. They're a very good team. And West Wilkes and Surrey Central, That's a 0-0 is what we have at this point. And let's see, we got Pine Lake Prep and Christ the King Crusaders. We've got that 0-0 right now. And let's see if there's anything else. Mountain Heritage Cougars and the Owen Warhorses. We've got that 0-0. We hope to update that before we go off here.
All right, we got David Potter on the line, our LincolnCounty.com with the Game of the Week announcer. Tonight, he had East Lincoln Mustangs hosting the West Iredell Warriors. East Lincoln wins 41-10 over West Iredell. We'll start there. David, you got me there? Maybe not. Do we have him on the line, JP? Maybe not.
Earth to David.
Well, it's probably not on him. I did want to mention on Wednesday.
I can
Hold on, JP. Yeah, we got it. We just got to hit a quick button to hear him. Just give me 1 second. All right, now about that, David.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got you now loud and clear, David. Welcome to the show. You had East Lincoln tonight, 41-10.
I'm having trouble hearing you. It sounds like you're at the far end of the room.
I don't know, JP. You got us on in there?
Yeah, I got John.
All right. Well, David, just tell us a little bit about the East Lincoln game tonight with West Iredell.
Well, it was pretty much all East Lincoln the whole night. They got out of the gate quickly. First play from scrimmage, Jackson Beam stepped in front of a pass and intercepted it. So East Lincoln got the ball at the 37-yard line of the Warriors. And one play later is all it took. 9 seconds, the pass from Grant Wallace to L.J. Forney for a 37-yard touchdown. Extra point was good, and it was 7-0. Then after another couple plays, they got the ball back again and went down the field. Oh, they had to punt. That's what it was. I'm trying to remember here. Trying to sort through some notes. Punt by West Iredell. East Lincoln got the ball at the 33-yard line. They went 57 yards on the first play, again to L.J. Forney, and then Grant Lawless ran this one in from 10 yards out, and they went for two, converted it 15-0. Another forced punt by the Mustang defense, and they got a short field, went down, scored again. It's 22-0, and we've only played 7 minutes of the ball game. So from that point on, it pretty much was over. Coach Lubowitz went into ball control style. They ended up running the ball 36 times tonight for 246 yards. Chris Daly, the leading ball carrier, 20 carries for 121 yards. Lawless also carried it 4 times for 49 yards. He was real good on the option or scrambling out of the pocket. So a good performance by the whole East Lincoln team. Defensively, they made some big plays. Xavier Wright and I've got it here somewhere. Xavier Wright and Austin Arrowwood were the co-defensive players of the game. 9 tackles, a fumble recovery for Xavier Wright, and Austin Arrowwood 8 tackles and a pass breakup. So a great performance, a good comeback win, coming back from 2 losses, one to Hickory, one to Statesville. So they're into the easier part of the schedule now. Fred T. Ford next week, and then, of course, St. Stephen's, and I'm leaving somebody out. Oh, North Iredell before they have the rivalry game with North Lincoln at the end of the season.
Well, speaking of North Lincoln, last night, not last night, they've actually played Wednesday and fell 60-25 up at Hickory. How's those Red Tornadoes looking in this conference, David? With these Lincoln County teams, we got to go through them.
Well, North Lincoln didn't help themselves. They fumbled the ball 6 times, lost 4 of them, and also threw 2 interceptions. You can't make 6 turnovers. You probably can't get away with 1 against Hickory. You're certainly not going to get away with 6.
Wow, I didn't know it was that bad. 60 points is a lot on the North Lincoln team.
I had a neighbor that went to the game. He goes, well, they must have had like 9 fumbles. I go, it couldn't have been that many. I looked it up. It was 6. Close enough.
That's close, and it is. Looking at Saturday, David, we got West Lincoln hosting Bunker Hill. Hickory's going up to St. Stephen's. I don't think they're having problems with that one. And then Lincoln, though, is going up to Bandy's. And Bandy's and Bunker Hill, of course, now West Lincoln beat Maiden on Wednesday, too. So, you got a big battle with these 5 teams, basically 4 or 5 teams in that 2A conference there in Lincoln County. How you stack up the Rebels and Bandy's and Lincoln in there in that 2A conference?
Well, Bandy's until somebody beats them. I mean, they're still undefeated, right?
Correct.
They're down a game. One of their games, they didn't play East Burke. There some reason that didn't get rescheduled. So they're down a game. So they're still 4-0. They're still undefeated. They'll play Lincolnton tomorrow at noon. West Lincoln coming off the big win against Maiden. I mean, last second, we did that ball game Wednesday night. Maiden scored a touchdown with 79 seconds to go in the game. And West Lincoln, a team that usually does not get down the field very quickly, actually used the pass or the threat of the pass. Gideon Allen went back a couple times, made some fantastic runs where he split defenders, got him down to the 16-yard line, and then he threw a touchdown pass with 7 seconds to go in the game to win the ball game. It was a great finish, great ball game. It was nice to see a ball game again, just a distraction from everything that's gone on in the western part of the North Carolina and the Appalachians. It was just nice to see a ball game again. And so West Lincoln wins the battle of the county superintendent's sons. Cash Allen and Gideon Allen are the sons of Lincoln County Superintendent Dr. Allen. And then Matt Stover, who was in Lincoln County but is now the superintendent in Catawba County, his son plays wide receiver and quarterback for Maiden.
Gotcha.
So, and where did Matt Stover used to coach? Crest.
And now Hickory's in good shape. Crest had passed them in the 3A rankings to number 1, and Hickory had dropped to 4th. Well, now Hickory's going to be the lead dog on, I believe, on the west side of the state.
Yeah, they should be the top-rated team.
Was there another team in 2 or 3 that was on the west side of the state? I don't remember. And I don't have the rankings in front of me.
I don't either, right offhand.
I'm sitting in my car, so I know they're not in front of me.
Kevin's got magic fingers over there.
I've got better rankings than whatever they do. So.
Hey, this is Steve DeGree. I asked to listen to you the other night when you was doing the Maiden West Lincoln game. And when they scored at the end, some of those kids from West Lincoln, we did some 7-on-7 with them and some of the linemen. So I was quite happy that they won. And I was going to let you know, you did have one listener listening to you on the other night. So keep up the good work.
He said you had one.
Dave, you still got us?
You hung up?
Yeah, I think.
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, gotcha. All right, well, David, next week's broadcast on the schedule, we do have, let's see, who is on our schedule? West Caldwell at Lincoln on the board, right?
Yeah, and that'll be West Caldwell's first game after the break. They did not play any here in the last week of these makeup games, so that'll be their first one. And Lincolnton, they've got to win now. They'll go up to Bandy's. We'll see what they do tomorrow. So tomorrow at noon is Lincolnton at Bandy's. 6:30 is Bunker Hill at West Lincoln. And then Monday, North Iredell will come down and play North Lincoln. So if you want to, if you're a great football fan, you can go see all 4 Lincoln County schools this weekend. There are no overlaps.
Just for your information, David, that Bunker Hill West Lincoln game, Bunker Hill was favored by 8. In that Lincolnton Bandy's game, Bandy's is favored by 9. So tune in and find out what's going on. See if that's the way it works out.
Should be interesting. It's going to be quite the battle in the Catawba Valley 2A.
All right, Dave. Well, thanks for calling in and taking care of us in Lincoln County, as always, sir. So you guys have a good weekend and take care and be safe out there.
We will.
All right. David Potter, Lincoln County game of the week, guys, and we're going to talk to probably Cinefani here in just a minute. But you getting interested? Both of those conferences are extremely competitive. You got Statesville, East Lincoln, and Hickory in the 3A, and then in Lincoln County, we just named 5 teams that might pull out the conference. So is that Tom there, JP?
It should be.
Is this Tom Cinefani?
Yes, it is. How's it going, Kevin?
Good evening, Tom. Good to hear from you. Been a long week, obviously, but Bulldogs win this week 48-0. And you guys are working on your part of the schedule as well.
Yeah, it was a good night for the Bulldogs, but before I get into the game, just thoughts and prayers for all of Western North Carolina. And I know it's been a really, really rough week, and football did bring back a little normalcy, so we were glad to have a game. Kids weren't able to go to school this week, but they'll be back next week. A lot of, supply drives and things like that. I know Calvin's been advertising a lot. We had one at Burns, so just want to urge our listeners to give what you can. And now getting to the action tonight, it was mainly on the ground, Kevin. Burns, 413 rushing yards tonight, 7 rushing touchdowns tonight, only 8 passing yards. So I think that's probably the biggest concern moving forward, that they need to become a little bit more dynamic in their passing game. Graham Warlick had a nice couple of catches, but both of them were ruled out of bounds, but didn't get credit for either one of them. So on the stat sheet, passing, we were 1 for 6 for 8 yards. And, I'm sure that the coaches are going to look at that and try to find ways to improve the passing game. Defensively, it was a pretty stellar effort. Bessemer City held to 65 total yards, 61 rush, only 4 passing yards, and 4 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and 2 interceptions, picks by Xavier Stroud and Elijah Goodson, fumble recoveries by Marshall McGowan and Xavier Wilson, and Jacob Teisiger had the forced fumble. So pretty good night on both sides of the ball. And I want to give a shout-out to Ryan Sisk, the freshman, who was given a chance to do the extra points tonight, and he went 3 for 3 on extra points. So some of the special teams starting to come together for Burns as well.
Well, special teams has been big across the county there.
Hey, Tom, I just want to comment on your earlier opening statement about Burns and what's going on in Western North Carolina, and I'd like to give credit to Burns, particularly the baseball team. I noticed they got together some donations and a generator to send up to help some of the people who are less fortunate than we are at this particular time. I got my power back on 7 o'clock last night, and it's good to have a hot shower. And I know those people are living under tough conditions up there, and the Burns Bulldogs have heart because they reached out to help those people. And so my comments and congratulations to the Burns baseball team.
Yeah, a lot of it, too. The Hope Community Church up there had a little drive, and I haven't had a baby in a long, long time, but I bought some baby supplies today, some diapers, some formula, some wipes, and things like that. So that's really what they're saying they're needing. If you want to give anything, bottled water, baby supplies, non-perishables. So, yeah, do all you can to help Western North Carolina out. We do appreciate it. But as I said, a good night for the Bulldogs tonight. As I said, they won 48-0. Looking at next week, we've got Thomas Jefferson, then East Gaston. I was interested in that game. I guess that Cherryville and East Gaston did have a competitive game, Kevin.
Well, yeah, it was 7-6, 14-6 going into the fourth quarter, and then East Gaston pulled away there at the end. So it was there for a little bit. So yeah, I think you guys will have be okay. They're probably.
Yeah,
I think Bessemer. I think
at the 2A part of it, East Gaston may not be as strong as they have been in recent years.
Well, that's what I was about to say, Thomas.
Shelby making short work of Highland Tech, 77-0. So they seem to be getting the bus going downhill and gaining momentum. So it looks like it's been every year in the conference. It's going to be that last game, November 1st, Crest and Shelby Burns and Shelby for all the marbles for the conference title. Looks like we're headed there again this year, Kevin.
Well, I thought Bessemer did a pretty decent fight up against you guys. They blew out Thomas Jefferson, and then East Gaston and Cherryville kind of played pretty tight there for the game. Don't be surprised here, guys. You see the Yellow Jackets maybe knock off East Gaston whenever they play here in the next week or so. So I give it a little.
Yeah, I think they have dominated their 1A opponents, and And really, one of their starting running backs was out, Kevin. I can't remember which one, so that hurt them. So, if we look at their leading rusher, I know I'm going to butcher his name. I want to say it was Lipscomb. I can't remember. I got to look at the roster. I don't have it in front of me right now, but he had 12 carries for 42 yards. He was the leading rusher. We had 22. Keon, I can't remember his last name. We were looking at the Max Press data before, but he didn't have a carry, so he must have been out on injury, and that did hurt Bessemer City's rushing game. And their passing game, I mean, they were 2 for 10 for 4 yards. I mean, they just couldn't get it going in the passing game either. But I do like their chances. They did have some big offensive linemen. I mean, that's probably the biggest Bessemer City team I've seen. But against when you're outmanned a little bit and you commit 4 turnovers, and they also had 8 penalties for 55 yards, there were some self-inflicted wounds for the Yellow Jackets. But I think moving forward, I do think that East Gaston game is a winnable game for the Jackets. I definitely think they'll take care of Highland Tech when they play them. I'm trying to think of the 1A opponent. Have they played Highland Tech?
Cherryville and Highland Tech.
I know they played a couple. They played Thomas Jefferson. They played Highland as well.
Yeah, they play all of them.
Okay, so they played Highland, and so against their 1A competition, they've been very strong. So I expect them to get a pretty good seed in the 1A playoffs, and I think it's going to be a pretty good year for Bessemer.
Well, they beat North Gaston already. Avery County.
Yeah, they beat a 3A team. Yeah,
Thomas Jefferson and Highland Tech.
On that, they beat a 3A team. So, a good year for the Jackets. It's just when you're just a little outmanned. We talk about on the Saturday show. What's your football population, what's your student population, and it's just hard for them to compete against the 2A teams. I remember Coach Pruitt talking about that when he was at Cherryville. It's just hard when you don't have enough guys, you don't have enough bodies. It gets tough, but I was impressed with their fight and their desire, and they've got a pretty good team. I expect them to make a little noise in the 1A playoffs.
All right, Tom, we'll see you in the morning. We'll talk some Ohio State and Cleveland Brown football.
Okay, appreciate you guys. Have a good night.
All right. All right, now we're going to look at some Shelby highlights while we got Steve Degree in the house. Real quick, the MVP for Burns and our numbers bookkeeping Cleveland County MVP contest. Elijah Goodson, 70 yards rushing and a touchdown. He had 2 tackles and an interception tonight against Bessemer City. Nominee for Shelby tonight, Land Farmer. It was 10 of 12 with a $152 and 6 touchdowns in the win over who'd y'all play again? Highland Tech. And then we'll get a Crest MVP nomination and a Kings Mountain MVP nomination. If any of you Kings Mountain fans out there went to the game, want to call in, Joe, anybody want to call in and nominate a player of the game, let JP know his stats and somebody from one of our Kings Mountain folks. All right, let's look at the Shelby highlights. 7-0. We got 11 of these, so hang on, folks.
First, we should have scored first because Marjay, he ran a kickoff of it. I guess he didn't pay that guy no attention because they caught him inside the 10-yard line, and then first play from scrimmage we scored. And then we blocked the punt. Noah Gardner blocked the punt, and Nigel Woods fell on it. So, in a matter of minutes, we was up 14-0. Only ran one offensive play, and we was up 14-0.
Here's your 7-0. Farmer to Collins. Here's your blocked punt, Steve.
Number 10.
It looked like the Highland blocked their own punt. Almost.
He pushed him into it. He did.
Yeah, you get credit for the block.
Boom, right in the back of his helmet.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, good.
They would. Like they didn't want to fall on it. They stood there and looked at it for a minute.
That's crazy. That ball spun back that way. How did that even stay in bounds? Did you see the spin on this joker? Look at this ball. Like a golf ball, come right back. And I don't know if he went out of bounds. He go out of bounds when he touched that. It don't matter. 77-0.
He was out of bounds.
He didn't have it.
Number 3 went out of bounds. 55.
Yeah, 55 had the ball.
Yeah, he didn't want to cover the ball. Oh, he was out too?
That's what I was saying. Does that right foot go out when he touches it right there?
Yep. That should have been a safety.
Oh.
Right. It's close. I mean, the referee's like on top of it.
I guess they would took him so long.
That fella standing right there.
I guess they would take him so long to make the decision.
Do what?
That filler.
That fella.
They took them a minute to make the decision. They looked at each other. Then they decided it was a touchdown.
I'm sure they're discussing whether they're out of bounds.
Well, the Shelby lineman there.
Number 55.
Is that Chris Allison?
No, 55.
Oh, Chris Allison's the one who blocked it.
No, Noah Gardner.
Noah Gardner blocked. Okay. Shannon wasn't sure on his post. Here's Tristan Tate from a long ways out.
Got knife through butter.
Good job following his block.
Look at my big haul. Look at my
What's he doing?
Look at 77 leading the way.
What did he trip over the 5-yard line for?
He hadn't used to running that for.
He didn't get hurt, did he?
No.
Okay. Oh.
He not leading. He just running.
Yeah, he was tripped by that.
He was tripped by 32. Watch, they caught their feet up together. So it wasn't the 20-yard line.
If he'd have hit 32, he'd have not tripped him.
All right, so this makes it 28-0. How about Farmer to Thompson for the score? A little bubble. Is that a bubble screen, Steve?
Yes.
All right. How about Tristan Tate from 60 or 70 yards out again?
He had two carries for over 100 and something yards at halftime. 60 yards carry.
Farmer to Khalil Foster made it 42-0. Almost made a play there for the Rams. 49-0. Nick Norris gets in the end zone this time for the Lions. Nice little play. Ball crossed the line and popped out, but scored. Somebody make a call. Everybody, the referees just all looking at each other. Somebody make a call.
Yeah, they was ready to go home.
Farmer made it 56-0. Homecoming.
Was the clock
J.J.
running,
Williams.
Steve? Huh? Was it a continuous clock?
Yeah, in the second half.
They should run the clock from the start of the game.
From the time I got off the bus.
Right.
This is Kenji Raper right here on a quarterback keeper.
And that made it 70-0. That was in the third quarter.
Can't do anything.
Now this is a great play right here. Can you watch that defense? See how different, see how split he made that great block.
I'm glad y'all got a bye week so you can work out some of those flaws.
Look at that pancake block. By number 20.
Number 20.
Yes.
Run that back.
Watch it. A wide receiver. Teach him how to block.
Whoop. It's close.
Throw the flag, Blue.
That's close. That's close.
77-0.
Ain't nobody throwing no flag.
Going Lions. Going Lions, man.
Ain't throwing no flag on that play.
I would throw.
Had two right here, just spin around, and then you have this down there.
Will, you could throw a flag every time Shelby broke out over 50, and the score would still be 50-0. Like, throw the flag. Call a hold. Throw it on somebody. Help me out, Blue. We just at least waste some time. Blue is
JT. We call him JT. He was our third running back to score tonight. Coach Scott told the team, if we got the ball back, if we only had one play left, make sure Jalen Tate get the running back, because Jalen practiced hard and he's on some of my special teams, hand teams. So he got his one carry and see what he did with it.
Put it in the end zone.
Took it to the house.
Congratulations. All right, JP, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk to some more of our announcers about tonight's ball games. We got some final scores on the board, folks. Black scores are your finals. We'll be back in a few minutes. KDCBroadcasting.com.
At Pet Haven Cemetery and Crematory in Cherryville, they understand that your pet is also a member of your family. Their goal is to guide you with their services so you'll be able to honor your pet for the unconditional love that they provided to you over the years. Pet Haven Cemetery and Crematory will strive to make this process suitable to your needs and family. Visit our booth at this year's Cleveland County Fair in the Go Forth Hall, or give us a call at 704-435-8686. Online at pethavencemetery.com. Arnold's Jewelry and Gift Gallery congratulates the Cleveland County Fair on its 100th anniversary and the many years of pleasure it has brought to Cleveland County. May it continue for many more years. Arnold's is the place to go for perfect gifts. Choose from their large selection of Citizen Echo Drive watches, always popular and never need batteries. Get ready to pop that special question. They have a great selection of beautiful engagement rings. Need a birthday gift? Check out their gold chains for men and women. Or browse their specialty gift items, and gift wrapping is free. Arnold's Jewelry and Gift Gallery, 228 South Washington Street in Shelby, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5:30, Saturday 9 to 3.
Keep your cool this summer by taking your vehicle to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. They'll have you cool and comfortable in no time at all. They do all types of air conditioner repairs on all types of vehicles. And remember A-Plus Automotive for all of your automotive repair needs. Charles Heston invites you in and you'll be back on the road in no time at all. That's A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 704-482-0441. Like them on Facebook, too.
A-Plus Automotive in Shelby is proud to salute the Cleveland County Fair on its 100th anniversary. The Transportation Administration of Cleveland County continues to operate TAC, Cleveland County Transit and Reach. The Cleveland County Transit route will continue to be free to ride until further notice. For more information, call 704-482-6705. Again, 704-482-6705. For schedules and times, visit taxshelbync.com. That's taxshelbync.com. Drivers clean and sanitize their vehicles every route.
Where's the beef?
Well, it could be in your refrigerator or freezer. If you win the Where's the Beef contest, we'll be giving away $1,000 in beef from Morris Supermarket and Broad River Hams in Shelby. You could win up to $1,000 in beef. Register today at one of our local participating merchants, including Pro Wellness Chiropractic Center on Clark Drive in Lincoln, Carpet One Interiors on East Ozark Avenue in Gastonia, Marburger Chevrolet on West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, the Captain's Cap Family Seafood Restaurant on Linwood Road in Gastonia, Carolina Furniture Mart on North Aspen Street in Lincoln, This and That Trading Post on the Dallas High Shoals Road in Dallas, All Care Insurance on West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, Kurt's Premium Outlet, East Ridge Mall on North New Hope Road in Gastonia, Possum Hollow Farms on Pleasant Drive in Shelby, and Jill's Uniforms on East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Register today. The drawing will be held Friday, November 1st.
Where's the beef?
It's an inventory blowout sale at J. Johnson Sales in Forest City. All trailers are at blowout prices. All trailers, including dump trailers, utility trailers, enclosed trailers, aluminum trailers, flatbeds, deck overs, steel trailers, all discounted. For example, a 5x8 trailer that was $21.95, now just $12.95. You save $900. Now is the best time to buy. Financing is available and credit cards are welcome at J. Johnson Sales, 2690 U.S. Highway 221 South in Forest City. Online at jjohnsonsales.com. Like them on Facebook, too. Beam Construction Company in Cherryville is now hiring. Right now, Beam Construction Company has job openings for carpenters and masons. Just apply at their office at 601 East Main Street in Cherryville. Since 1925, Beam Construction Company has been dedicated to building the future of the Piedmont regions of North and South Carolina, from schools to churches to town halls. For more information, call 704-435-3206 or visit the website at beamconstruction.com. Beam Construction Company, dedicated to building your future.
You pull, you save money at Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal in Shelby and Lincoln. And yes, they buy cars and trucks, any year, any size, any condition. They'll even come and tow your vehicle in. They might even buy your house. They also buy copper, aluminum, steel, cast iron, tin, and brass. See the king of parts. That's Auto Parts U Pull and Scrap Metal. Open 8 till 5, Monday through Friday at 1025 County Home Road in Shelby and 851 Car Farm Road in Lincoln. Online at autopartsupull.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Join Cleveland County Sheriff Alan Norman in voting for Kevin Gordon for Cleveland County Commissioner. In a recent letter to the voting citizens of Cleveland County, Sheriff Norman pointed out the many reasons Kevin Gordon needs to return as Cleveland County Commissioner to help lead, guide, and direct our county as we move forward. With over 39 years as a public servant, Kevin Gordon is dedicated to serving the people of Cleveland County. On Tuesday, November 5th, vote Kevin Gordon, Cleveland County Commissioner. This announcement was paid for by the candidate, Kevin Gordon. Keep your cool this summer by taking your vehicle to A-Plus Automotive in Shelby. They'll have you cool and comfortable in no time at all. They do all types of air conditioner repairs on all types of vehicles. And remember A-Plus Automotive for all of your automotive repair needs. Charles Heston invites you in and you'll be back on the road in no time at all. That's A-Plus Automotive, 1900 Elizabeth Avenue in Shelby. Open 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Call 704-482-0441. Like them on Facebook, too.
A-Plus Automotive in Shelby is proud to salute the Cleveland County Fair on its 100th anniversary.
And we're back on the post-game show, KC Broadcasting, with the ministry that is KC Broadcasting's Reverend Dennis Davis, Deacon Will Boykins, the usher, Steve DeGree, youth minister Kevin Hastings, and as always, JP, AV coordinator. They apparently are not aware we're back yet. Kevin might know, but they're just they're talking about. So eventually they will realize we are back.
They got too much other stuff to worry about.
We know we're back, JP. Well, I know we're back.
I know you're back. They took a while to get their headphones on.
I
didn't mention the entire ministry.
We heard we was letting you do your thing.
I know.
I mean, if JP don't introduce it, we're not on the air.
Yeah, we're not official.
We got to let him do his thing, and then he come in here and agree with Kevin. When did you two start liking each other so that y'all would come
I don't
and
know.
agree?
But I do got an update on East Rutherford. They played next week versus Hendersonville, and they moved the Chase game to November 1st.
Cool.
They're practicing Monday.
They're practicing Monday.
Yes. Directly from Coach Philip Russ.
Right.
So East is playing.
Mm-hmm. They'll be playing
good for them.
Hendersonville next week. I can't believe Hendersonville's actually playing.
I guess it was that old football rumor mill that said they were not going to play.
He says Brevard and Polk are down for the next 2 weeks. I guess I don't know how they're going to figure that out. But I appreciate it, Coach Russ, giving us some information on our Rutherford County.
So where's the game going to be at East?
Yeah.
Because I remember a couple of years ago, I went to we had our bye week. I might come and see you, Coach Russ, if you listen.
Well, that's right from the horse's mouth, so you can count on that.
Mm-hmm.
He just texted that just now?
Yep.
Okay, Coach, I might come and see you on Friday.
So, final scores across the board that we do have for the folks in Radio Land: 27-26 Southwind over Crest, East Lincoln 41-10 over West Iredale, Kings Mountain 41-23 over Forest View, Ashbrook 41-13 over North Gaston, Burns 48-0 over Bessemer City, Shelby 77-0 over Highland Tech, 22-21 Fort Bush over Elkin, Mount Airy 28-13 over East Wilkes, North Stanley 21-7 over Union Academy, 65-0 Starmount takes care of the North Stokes Vikings, and Corvion Community wins 42-0 over Bishop McGinnis. East Surrey 61-14 over Wilkes Central, North Surrey 52-13 over North Wilkes. Concord Spiders 24-3 over Carson, West Charlotte 47-0 over Hopewell, and Lake Norman Charter 50-0 over South Lake Christian. Last night, Huss won 46-21 over Kramer, and Mountain Island Charter won 40-8 over Winston-Salem Prep. Last score we had for Statesville and Ford was 21-0 Greyhounds. Last score we had for Monroe and Forest Hills was 34-9 Redhawks. Community School David 7-6 was our last score over Carver. Our last score we got from East Gaston was 28-6 over Cherryville, and Robbinsville 46-16 over Cherokee. Andrews 2-0. I don't know if that's a real score or not. Over Swain County is what was listed on the sheets. No scores tonight so far for Freeman, High Brighton, West Mac and Huss, West Wilkes and Surrey Central, Christ the King and Pine Lake Prep, and then tomorrow Bunker Hill at West Lincoln, Hickory at St. Stephen's, Lincoln at Bandy's. Monday, North Iredale at North Lincoln, Wilkes Central at North Wilkes, East Gaston, Thomas Jefferson, and Community School of Davidson at the Mountain Island Raptors. That was a lot. You ain't got me nothing to drink, nothing for me. So ice.
So you mean East Gaston playing tonight, then they're going to turn around and play Monday?
Yes. Wow. I don't think they have to practice too much for Jefferson. They wouldn't have, don't laugh, they wouldn't have scheduled it Friday and Monday if they didn't agree. Right?
I thought you had to wait so many days in between before you could play like that.
I don't.
I didn't.
They probably should be, shouldn't
I
they?
didn't think you could do it like that. You know?
I think
it's 3 days. That's the third day.
Is it 3?
I think it's bad for the kids, Steve, to make them play that many games back to back. You know, but it takes some time to recover after you played a game.
It's a practice.
These same kids they'll play 3 games in a weekend if they play travel ball.
Listen, Jefferson ain't playing 2 games in 3 days. East Gaston's playing 3 games in 2 days. So you see what I mean? Like it's not the same thing.
Yeah, because Thomas Jefferson didn't play tonight, right?
No. So it's not the same for both of those, I would say. It's more of a practice, I guess, for Shelby and East Gaston and Burns playing these schools as opposed to real games. But that is a final in Cherryville for East Gaston. If you want to mark that down, just 28-6 Warriors over the Ironman tonight. So got a few scores still left over, but I guess still waiting to talk to Rob Roop and the Crest gang. Still waiting to talk to Steve's here. Land Farmer 10 of 12, 152 and 6 touchdowns on that one. And then we'll talk to Chip Carter here shortly about this Cherryville and East Gaston matchup.
I just want to make one comment.
Yep.
On Wednesday, when we played, we had a freshman kicker. If you want to look him up, number 81.
Hold on, I got him right here.
Look at number 81 for Shelby, a freshman kicker. Lopez had soccer because they played on Wednesday night. And Carlos came in, gentlemen, kicked 10 extra points.
Ooh.
In a row. That is a Shelby High School record.
Oh, okay.
He's a freshman.
You don't have 81 on the roster, so.
Yeah, he's not on the roster.
What'd you say his name was?
Maybe he might be 33 on that roster.
What was his name?
Carlos.
Let's see. Carlos Arias on number 33, sophomore kicker, 5'11", 145.
Yeah.
So he come in and made 10 straight?
10 straight.
Congratulations, Carlos.
How close to Crest does he live?
I think I got the right kid. We got another kicker, too. Look, we got 2. This kid was a freshman.
See, you don't need 2.
Jose Lopez is your senior. Yeah, and Carlos is listed as a sophomore. Arias.
Then we got I think this kid was a freshman. But anyway, he's number 81 on the varsity team. He came in and kicked 10 extra point last week. And I don't know if he's listening to his parents. We're going to congratulate that young man.
Matthew Grenier.
Oh, Steve, you know the North Carolina judge has just ruled that NIL can be in high school now. So maybe he'd like to come kick for another team and get some NIL.
What's his name again now?
Matthew Grenier.
Grenier.
Yeah, Grenier.
Grenier, okay, yeah. I don't have much contact with the kickers, so.
I was about to say, it seems like y'all got too many kickers over there.
Yeah, so. Anyway,
they got soccer.
So Chris needs to hire somebody, Will.
And if we'd played all the games last week, I would have nominated him for the Player of the Week.
Ain't nobody went and talked to our soccer players. They like, we ain't playing no football.
A freshman kid come in and kick 10.
We might get hurt.
10 extra points without a miss.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Then he kicked 2 tonight, 2 or 3 tonight. So, and so did he kick one on JV? Kick one on JV too. So about the last 14 kicks, this young man kicked. He's made them all.
Well, I heard Chris got an All-American kicker on the JV team, and they won't bring him up.
I ain't heard that.
That's what I heard.
But I promise you, if it's somebody that can kick one through the hoop over there, I promise you they should bring him up.
I don't want a ball game tonight.
Are you talking more? I promise you.
But fellas, you remember a couple of years ago when Chris went to South Point, and that kicker had missed the extra point of field goal or something.
Yeah.
And I think that might have been last year. And they went for 2, and the big tall guy batted at him.
Yeah.
All Chris then had to kick the extra point. But they wouldn't let the kid kick it.
Yeah.
Would have tied the game up. Then they went for 2 and lost.
Well, he missed the first field goal. It hit the crossbar. Not field goal, but extra point. Hit the crossbar, was no good. The second one was blocked.
That one's not his fault.
And the third one, they went for 2 and got that. So we could use a little talent over our way, and we got a soccer team. I mean, do a little recruiting, get some of
They're
them.
not going to come. They done went to the soccer team.
Yeah.
That soccer team's been there all year. They play the same time. That boys soccer plays the same time as high school football.
Yeah, that's why we didn't have Jose last Wednesday, because they had because everything was rescheduled.
Yeah.
They had a soccer match the same night that we had football. So
Jose said, "Hey, I got to go play real football."
It seems like you need to play soccer in the spring and not the fall, and not have this issue. Hey, suggestion for somebody.
Well, the girls soccer team play in the spring.
Well, let them play in the fall. We can't switch.
Let the girls kick.
What are you talking about?
Hey, Will, we have one night we had football.
That might help the softball team.
We had soccer and football the
Yeah.
same night, remember? And we took the kids stuff with us. And when they got through playing soccer, he came straight to the football game, put his stuff on, and kick field goals.
Yeah.
Same day.
Yeah, just switch men's and women's
that's legal.
soccer.
That's legal.
Yeah. They should switch it. Just switch the seasons. Yeah, CJ's ready to rock. I do got an updated top 10. Now Dennis and now Steve, I'm gonna tell you, because these other two fellas might not be able to handle it.
Oh.
So at 9:30, we turned the red zone off, and it was 26-12 Crest.
Yeah.
And I looked at Dennis and I said, "I'm going to the store. Surely to God, y'all ain't gonna blow this by the time I get back."
Little did he
Dennis
know.
said, "It is South Point." I ain't got the car crunk, and I hear touchdown pass South Point. And I'm laughing. I just start giggling. I was like, "Oh, I'm sure he's worried in there." And I come back and I sat down, got my drink, just sit down and catch, and I forgot about it. And I'm just looking at my phone. Next thing I know, Dad walks in there. Crest chokes again.
Thanks,
And I was
Calvin.
like, "No way. No
Thanks,
way."
Calvin.
And I come down the hall.
But fellas, you got to remember, Dennis, you know this.
26.
You got to be way ahead of South Point at South Point.
That's what I tried to
That's
tell
been-
everybody.
That's been for years. You're
That's a
14
true
down when you
story.
get off the
That's a
bus.
true story.
That's
but,
true.
But there's some things you can't just play around with the ball in a tight game like that.
And South Point has had Chris numbers really lately. Except
They
last
also gave up 2 big passes. too,
They
that
threw
normally
a
don't happen,
pass.
you know.
And the guy missed it. It went through his hands. It bounced off of him to another receiver.
It was just
That's because you were South Point.
And they were. It was like 4th and 22 or something.
Yeah.
Now we've got some highlights of the game. We're gonna go out there.
And they got a 4th and 1.
And
And Blee
70-yard touchdown, untouched.
goes through the line for 70 yards, and then goes for 2.
Run the same.
You running the ball.
That's Chargers making it 7-0.
Who's that? Carson. See?
Is that 14? That's 8.
Aiden Carson.
Yeah, that's the first one.
him.
That made it 7-0 Crest, and then
6.
Well, 6-0. Yeah, 6-0. And then South Point ties it up 6-6 on the pass.
That should have came back.
Wide open.
Look at this.
No, he got pancake.
That's not pancake.
Yeah, it is. He got whipped. Holding out there. Take this whipping. Take this whipping. Right on his back. He put both his shoulders.
Outside of his
He put both his shoulders on the grass. Steve, is that a pancake?
You're in South Point. All I gotta say.
Hands is open. Steve. You're offensive lineman coach.
Right.
Hands got to be
Inside the framework.
not on the outside of the shirt.
That's a wide receiver. What are you talking about inside?
Hands, it don't make no difference. He's blocking.
What do you mean inside? What do you mean inside?
But you're missing the point though. They lowered him to sleep with the dive and they beat the same play they did Chris before. Remember years ago?
Well,
tight end.
Well, Will, he deserved to get blocked like that because he's the one that let the
got
guy
me.
get beat.
Right.
I
That's a
was
good
watching
point.
it. I went back and watched it. Wait a minute.
That's a
Wait a
good
minute.
point. That's a good
He's the
point.
one chasing. Look, he's the one chasing. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Referee got to say, you got to take that one, son. You got beat. I ain't giving you a hold after getting beat.
Will, I
How
got
about Carson made it 12-6?
That's been coming at you.
Right in your living rooms.
Yeah, they were up 12-6 at that point. Oh, and added to it, made it 18.
Yep, here's the pass from McSwain.
To Melton.
So that made it 18-6.
Then they had a kickoff or something.
And then let's see, Crest goes. I didn't get the South Point's 12-point score, but here's Crest going up 26-12. Number 5 runner for that. Who's that? You guys?
Number 5.
Yes, sir.
Just a second.
Nice little run, broke a couple tackles there. 1, 2. Let's see if we got any more highlights. This made it 26-19. South Point cuts the lead.
Ruff.
Tank Ruff.
Defensive player came in the heavy package.
Oh, his little swing pass. I was trying to figure out what happened there. Yeah.
Because he threw to 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he comes out of the backfield.
Right. We call it a wheel route.
Yep. Snuck to the corner for the touchdown. That made it 26-19.
Do we got to play of the week? Play of the game.
And here you go.
There you go. There you go.
Hometown hero.
Straight up the gut.
Who's that man closest to him?
We didn't get the 2-point conversion, but that is a touchdown. But
Patrick Wicks.
No, I don't think he's. I can send a text and check on that and see if we did. But anyway, there's your final score: 27-26. Let you guys discuss that a little bit there. Robbie, whenever you're ready to call in.
And as I was coming in, Dennis, when they ran that play, I was debating on what the coach would do.
Yeah, I told him to go for. I told Calvin he'll go for 2.
Normally, at home you only go for the tie. On the road, you go for the win. But that just shows you how much confidence Coach Hodge has in his offense. Because when you come out with that triple option, you either give it to the fullback, a quarterback will keep it, or you pitch it.
Steve, in general,
from the 2-yard line, I guess that was his best play.
Steve, in general, I would agree with you. But remember where you were playing. There wasn't no way they weren't going to get that 2 points. Hook or crook, as we say, they were going to get them 2 points. If they didn't get them, they would have got another chance to get 2 points.
I don't know what the extra play, what the point was.
No.
But I could sort of believe it probably was the same play that they had just ran.
Yeah.
Because Bleaks, he scored 2 points conversion too.
Yep.
So, and I saw they got that guy, that forward kid was the fullback.
Yeah.
And they plus they got the kid on the option. But when you got 3 running backs that's capable of getting 100 yards a night in the red bone, and you throw it maybe 3 times a game, you gotta have confidence.
Well, you're the defensive back, and they hadn't been really throwing the ball, and it looks like, they're probably going to throw the ball to get the first down. So you move out of the way, and you open up a nice hole right up through the middle, because once you get through that block, you go.
I think to me, I don't know. I didn't see what the defensive line. Most time on that play, being South Point, you probably figure they're gonna run it, and I guess they guessed the wrong gap. And once
probably you always have
everybody
to have a safety valve on the offense like that.
They had one, but the guy he couldn't catch him. Once he broke through,
he couldn't have been the safety valve. He was already on the other side of the field.
And once he broke through the line of scrimmage,
yeah,
it was all she wrote. And he's not a slow kid. Patrick Bleeks is I've met him several times and talked to him. Like I say, his passing is way better than people think because
he's got a strong arm.
He don't get to throw it that much, but he's very, very accurate when he do throw it. And they use that same play against Chris. They lower you sleep and then slip that tight end in, and like you say, nobody was back there because you thinking they're gonna run it.
I believe he got the record for a season of touchdown passes, just passing 2 touchdowns tonight.
Probably. And So,
well, here's the good
Todd,
news.
that was a.
This won't be the last time these two teams play each other this year, because we traditionally play South Point twice a year, and we get them in the playoffs because they're high enough ranked and we're high enough ranked that, after the first week or two, that's who we end up with.
Guess what, though? You might have to play them again in Belmont.
Well, that's the bad part. If they're the higher ranked
it all
team.
depends on it. They still, they still got two big games. We got one big game ahead of us. They still got two big games.
They got Kings Mountain and Ashbrook.
So, I mean,
and Ashbrook is a playoff team.
Chris cannot hang their head.
All depends on where they. All depends on what. Look at where do they play them at. That's got a lot of burn on it.
Yeah. Well, of the last 6 games, South Point has now won 4, and Crest has won 2. Where did they win those games?
In Belmont.
Yeah.
It's been like that forever. I played against South Point 50 years ago.
Yeah.
It's always been like that. You're 14, were you 14 now before you get off the bus, man?
I remember when Shelby and South Point would play, and the Stowe kid was playing down there.
Yes.
And it was just like you couldn't go in there and win a game or anything because it didn't matter. You didn't have to beat the football team. You had to beat the fans. You had to beat the refs. You had to beat everybody to get out of there with a win. So that's why we jokingly say you're behind 7 points when you get off the bus.
And we was my senior year. We had played them in Shelby earlier, and they beat us 21-3 in Shelby.
Yeah.
So I
was there.
So we end up had to play in the playoffs again. They were rated number 1 in the state of North Carolina.
Yeah.
And
you beat them.
WBTV game of the week at South Point. They packed the stadium. They packed state stadium, and luckily we beat them on the Dustin Haynes field goal.
Yep.
Beat them 16-14 in South Point.
Steve, is this Nydrian Woods?
Nydrian Woods, number 55.
That's who made that's your touchdown and your block on your field goal. Thanks for comments on our Twitter, folks. We do post the scores on our What's Up Shopper and KDC Broadcast Twitter feeds. Shannon takes care of some as well of his. So we don't have video of the 2-point conversion, guys, but I do got some grainy footage of the last play of the game if you want me to pull that up.
Sure. Misery loves company. Go ahead, show it to you.
He said it wasn't a good video, but on the other side of the field. So the only thing you can see is the fumble. Ball was over at the sideline. Oh, you can hear that part? Apparently they threw it.
What they trying to do? Reverse?
They threw it across the field.
Threw a throwback pass.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what Dad said. I don't know. I didn't hear the exact. Dennis was listening to it. He probably tell exactly more. Robbie will be calling here and shortly tell you exactly.
It
what
was
happened.
a little confusing as far as the announcers at that point, what happened, but from what I could make out, Will, they kicked off. Chris got the ball and then tried some wham bam play where they threw it across to the guy on the other side. And he didn't catch the ball.
Man, if he'd called it and ran the touchdown, I'd be saying, man, that was genius.
But, when he threw it, he had to be behind him.
Yeah.
Because
right.
if he'd have been
it was a lateral.
Right, because it would have been illegal.
Yeah.
So he had to be behind him. So once you threw it behind him, it was a fumble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Still alive.
Right. Still live ball.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk to Chip Carter when he gets here in a minute. And Rob, about the South Point game here in Crest here just a few minutes. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on KDCBroadcasting.com.
Golden Solutions Insurance wants to remind you that open enrollment is just around the corner, and now is the time to choose the insurance that's right for you. For example, are you a retired school teacher? Your enrollment period is September 30th through October 25th. Also for ages 65 and up, or if you're under 65 and disabled, your enrollment period is October 15th through December 7th. Call Claudia Vaughn today at Golden Solutions Insurance in Shelby, 704-477-1426, located at 231 East Marion Street in Shelby.
The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series.
36 trucks lined up and ready to go.
Playoffs round of 8.
Trouble turn number 3. What truck spins? It's Connor Zillage.
Begins on the high banks of Talladega Superspeedway.
Non-playoff driver spoiled it a few races ago at Milwaukee. He'll do it again tonight.
It's the Love's RV Stop 225.
Friday afternoon at 4 o'clock on Carolina Country WCSL, 92.9 FM, 1590 AM, online at kdcbroadcasting.com.
Holly's Flowers, located in historic uptown Shelby, wants to congratulate the Cleveland County Fair on its 100th anniversary. May the Cleveland County Fair have many more wonderful years. There's so much to see and do at the fair, so go enjoy the rides, the food, the atmosphere, the farm animals, and the homemade and homegrown items from all over Cleveland County. Holly's Flowers has been in business since 1975. Go see them at 109 East Graham Street in uptown Shelby. Congratulations again to the Cleveland County Fair. Now that I've got your attention, it's time to give a little attention to that car of yours by taking it to Poteet's Front End and Brake Shop in Shelby. For over 44 years, Poteet's Front End and Brake Shop has been serving the area, from alignments to brakes to shocks and tires, also AC and heater repair. And they're a North Carolina inspection station too. Poteet's Front End and Brake Shop, 308 North Washington Street in Shelby. See Tim and the guys today. Open 7:30 a.m. till 5:30 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Are you ready to elevate your farm in an outdoor experience? Look no further than Fred Caldwell Tractors in Clover. We're not a dealership, rather your partners in performance. Mahindra is synonymous with rugged durability, innovative technology, and top performance. Right now, qualified buyers get 0% financing for up to 84 months on select models. Whether you're a seasoned farmer or just starting out, see Brian Lane or Wayne Gregory at Fred Caldwell Tractors. Fred Caldwell Tractors is also a certified Toro dealer, located at 961 Bethel Street in Clover. Online at fredcaldwelltractors.com. Like them on Facebook too.
There's nothing better than a good round of golf, and there's nowhere better to play than the Riverbend YMCA Golf Course in Shelby. Check out the new rates and come on out and play. Play and ride Monday through Thursday for just $36. Seniors Monday through Thursday for just $30. Play and ride Friday for $42, and play and ride Saturdays, Sundays, and holidays for $50. Book your tee time by calling 704-482-4286. Again, 704-482-4286 for a great round of golf at the Riverbend YMCA Golf Course, 3005 Longwood Drive off College Avenue in Shelby. Online at riverbendymca.com.
At Kimbrell's Furniture in Forest City in Shelby, they make your hard-earned money go further. This month, they are dedicating the savings to you, their hard-working customers. Prices have been slashed like all remaining patio furniture, now 40% off. Save $150 on a big TV console, now $199. Save $500 on a big sectional, now $899. Buy here, pay here. Visit your nearest Kimbrell's Furniture, 207 East Main Street in Forest City, 300 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby, online at kimbrells.com, and come on and register to win the $1,000 Where's the Beef contest.
Okay, here are 3 important reasons why your son or daughter should play a sport in high school.
Number 1.
High school sports teach valuable life lessons like self-discipline and time management skills.
2.
Teens who play a high school sport have better grade point averages.
And number 3.
High school sports are safer than ever before.
This message presented by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association.
And we're back with the full ministry of KTC Broadcasting. Our Reverend Dennis Davis, our Deacon Will Boykins, our Usher Steve DeGury, our Youth Minister Kevin Hastings, our Bishop Chip Carter, our AV Coordinator JP, back on KTC post-game Friday nights.
It was
all right. Welcome back to the post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Low. We do have now exclusive footage. We got exclusive footage of the final play of the Crest and South Point game. It was a throwback pass, folks, is what it looks like, and it just didn't get completed, and all that. Steve, all kinds of things.
Somebody missed the assignment. Somebody didn't want to catch the ball. Somebody forgot they supposed to be catching the ball. I don't know how
threw
that
it. He caught the ball, and he threw it in between the two.
Yeah,
he threw it in between them.
And then he runs into his own guy.
So for the folks at home, the kick was called about the 28-yard line, left side of the field. They tried to throw it back to the right side, and bad throw altogether. Crest picks it up, and then he runs into, we can't tell if his own player calls the fumble or the guy fighting through the block calls the fumble, but a Crest and South Point player both ran into the returner, and the ball was fumbled out, and South Point takes it, and they'll take the knee for the win. So,
plus Crest didn't have any timeouts either. So
No.
they was trying to.
It was a minute 50 left in the game.
You didn't need him at that point. I mean, I get it. If you throw it over there and he takes off and runs a touchdown, but that's not going to happen on this play.
But Will, let's back up a little bit. Blee, it's 4th and 1, and he breaks through the line and goes 70 yards for a touchdown.
Untouched.
Now they're still down 1 point. If Crest had stopped him on the 2-point conversion, Crest wins by 1.
Have we got that play?
No, we don't have the 2-point conversion.
I'm guarantee you they probably ran the same player that they ran the touchdown on, or something from that same formation. Because they called timeout.
Go back to the touchdown.
They called timeout.
Go back to which touchdown?
The 70-yard run.
The one that tied the game.
Okay, give me a second.
Or put him a point below.
No, we got, kind of. You
can't tell the formation.
Can't tell.
And you notice.
I was wanting to see what defense.
And another thing too, fellas, you got to realize when you play South Point, they linemen cut you.
Oh yeah.
The very first they are taught that once they cut you, he get through the line. There's nobody there.
South Point they've been in Murder's Row for a long time now. like Crest, South Point, Kings Mountain. That's Murder's Row. So they've been in Murder's Row for the past 5 years.
But you can add Ashbrook this year.
I'm glad you brought up the Green Wave. We got their highlights. Let's do their highlights while we got those before we get to Chip and finish up the show. How about Ashbrook entering the field? We got that. There's your Green Waves entering the field tonight as they win 41-13 over North Gaston. Find you guys some highlights. How about Martino Smith Jr. made it 7-0 for the Green Waves.
That's a 15-yard penalty.
Savion Lindsay made it 13-0 on this run for the Green Wave.
They definitely called the one on us. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
But Steve, you know the difference in this Ashbrook team and the previous Ashbrook teams. Look at how excited they are to be playing football.
There's a big hit.
Boom.
You can hear it.
You got to quit playing that back there. Every time you do that boy holler again.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
Please.
How about touchdown? This made it 13-7. North Gaston scores. Now watch this real quick. Sorry. I don't even know how to describe what happens on this play, but it's pretty funny. The receiver catches the ball and basically plays possum. That's the only way I can say it. He plays possum. All right, you ready? Watch the receiver on this play, y'all. Number 9. All right, sorry. Number 9 for North Gaston. Catches the ball at the 10. What did I just watch? Like, what's this?
He ducked one.
Yeah. He just, what's this? He catches the ball. Now, at this point,
he stands there for a minute.
3 defenders between him and the goal line. And then he just ducks.
He just stands there, waiting to get hit.
And then the other 2 didn't do nothing. Wow. I'm sure the Green Wave coach is going to have fun with that one on
Coach Wilson ain't going to like it too good.
Like, what is y'all doing? But good run from the receiver there for North Gaston. A little possum action out there. All right, let's get back to some more Ashbrook and Green Wave highlights. How about this one? Made it 20-7 to wide receiver named Josh Gordon.
I think that, I guess I guess you know who maybe the quarterback coach is. Keith Brooks from Shelby's on Ashbrook's coaching staff.
Oh, okay. North Gaston, homecoming queen.
Diana Dyke.
Shelby also had homecoming too.
Do you remember the name of the winner?
Her last name was Drake. Nakia Blake.
Nakia Blake?
Yes.
Nakia Blake, Shelby's homecoming queen. Let's see if we can get the...
North Gaston homecoming queen. Diana Dyke.
Mayana Dykes.
Let's say it one more time for me.
North Gaston homecoming queen. Diana Dyke.
There you go, folks. If you got video of the bands, homecoming queens, whatever, we'll put them on the show, and just send it to us. Tag us on KTC Broadcasting. Anthony McClain punches in for the Green Wave. This made it 27-7 with 50 seconds left in the third quarter. There's a 40-yard touchdown pass for Ashbrook. Going deep. Zymir Carpenter with the catch that made it 34-7.
Are they at North Gaston?
Yep. And then Ernest Henderson, 85-yard fumble recovery. Let's see how this goes.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he gone. I thought it was going to be a lineman. I thought I was about to see the highlight of the year. But that's a good little run with those two fellas. The North Gaston kid kept up with him. He just had a 2-yard head start on him. 85-yard fumble recovery. Emmett Henderson of Ashbrook.
He put his hands on his hip after they got through running. Can't believe they fumbled that ball, right?
North Gaston's second score just made it 41-13. Another little pass there for...
That's a Tebow jump pass right there, Will.
So, Dennis, I don't know how you're worried about Ashbrook. Bessemer beat North Gaston. North Gaston put 13 on Ashbrook, so... You might not be
early part.
You might not be concerned about
game.
Ashbrook as you think you should. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, we already played Ashbrook and beat them.
Yeah, we beat them,
but they tend to get a little bit.
We hadn't played North Gaston. We got them next week, I think.
All right, we're gonna let Chip sit down and talk to you guys about this Cherryville and East Gaston battle that we had tonight, and we'll let him sit down and handle that one. We're gonna go over some scores and stuff, and I'm gonna press some buttons and all kinds of things.
And we also got a former Golden Lion in the house. I got to give him a shout out. Former Golden Lion, one of my good friends, Mr. Fareed, ex Golden Lion, class of '78.
You want
seven, class of '77.
I tried to tell him come do the recap. He's like, I'll let you do that. We'll look at Will.
I started to say, Will, if you want to continue, you can have mine.
He's got a quick. I like Will. Will's got a quick first step right now. I like it. Get a Jay Billis breakdown on him. So no, Brian and I had the opportunity to go to catch Cherryville as they traveled to Mount Holly and take on East Gaston tonight. It was a good game. It was a close game, tight game going into the probably about a third of the way through the third quarter. It was scoreless for most of the first quarter. Defenses showed up and played pretty stout. And then Isaac Brown, the running back and also homecoming king for East Gaston tonight.
King.
Isaac Brown, they had a king and a queen. But Isaac Brown broke off a 70-yard touchdown. Probably, Brian, we said the most aggressive long run we've seen this year.
Absolutely. I mean, he
How many tackles you think he broke?
He broke at least 6 tackles.
Yeah. And probably the stiff arm of the year. He put a guy in the midst of the run, put a guy on the ground.
Derrick Henry,
Yes, yeah. I mean, yes, it was a beast mode. He just went beast mode and turned and accelerated too. He just strong upper body and just kept his legs churning the whole time. So 70-yard touchdown. About 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, East Gaston went up 7-0, and that was the score up until going towards the end of the first half. And Justin Harris, who Brian was kind enough, he went and checked out Cherryville's practice yesterday and watched the team and also talked to their coaching staff. So, give a little bit of background on what happened with how Justin ended up running the ball. So.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, they knew Justin could run.
and but they didn't have enough offensive linemen, and so they started the season with Justin Harris on the offensive line. This past week, with all the things that they've had to go through, they decided to put Justin Harris in the backfield, and they were real excited about him being there because, I mean, he's a load to tackle.
Yeah. Yes.
And he runs fairly well. I mean, he's not real slow. He's pretty quick, you know. And so he said, I told Chip this earlier. We said it on the air, I think, that when I was watching yesterday and they were just going through the offense, you know, the run throughs and all that, that I heard Coach Bowman say, "You in shape?" And he said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Good, get used to it because you're going to be running the football." And he did a good job for him.
He was.
He did a good job.
He provided. He has provided Cherryville tonight with, I think, a consistent presence, running presence between the tackles, which is something they've sorely missed this year so far up to this point. Right. So it was good to see him be able to pound the ball in the middle. The touchdown drive that Harris capped off with a 5-yard touchdown, I think he registered a 6.8 on the Richter scale running it in. But it was probably the best sustained drive Brian and I watched them have all season long. It was a great balance of Harris, kind of a thunder and lightning. Harris just pounding the ball up the middle, and Ray Sewell using his speed and agility and his athleticism. And literally, they were just interchanging them. They basically had ran them out of the Wildcat, and Sewell would run the first down, sub him out. Harris would run second down, and they converted, I think, probably 2 or 3 straight first downs just on first and second down with Sewell and Harris, and they kept going back and forth. And then when they got to first and goal, the short yardage situation, 5 yards, Harris punched it in for the touchdown. That was about 3 minutes to go in the first half. They didn't get the extra point attempt, so at halftime it was 7-6 East Gaston, but it looked like a close game. Hats off to Cherryville's defense. A lot of those guys are offensive players playing both ways. The defense really stepped up to the occasion. The secondary looked sharp. There were several good plays. They're freshmen, so they have some new faces. We found out, and there's some injuries and other sorts of things, but we found out that a couple of guys that we've been used to seeing and been announcing.
About Patterson.
Andron Patterson's not going to be dressing out the rest of the year, and Weston Bowers is not going to be dressing out the rest of the year for Cherryville. Wow. So they have a freshman quarterback that Brian found out, Jaden Adams, that was going to be starting at quarterback for them, or started at quarterback for them this evening, and also was their their deep safety, free safety, made some great plays on the defensive end of the ball. He was actually our defensive player of the game, and really kept their passing game in check in the first half, and so that was he did a great job, and so we thought we had a pretty good game going, and then going the first few minutes of the third quarter is kind of the same thing, just defenses trading punches back and forth, holding serve. And then Cherryville started a drive, probably about their 25 or so, lost some yardage on first down, and then Adams was trying to create something in the backfield, kind of backpedaled, got back into the inside their own 10, and a defender came from his blind side and just got a fist on the ball and popped the ball out. And East Gaston fell right on it and had first and goal from the 2. And the very next play, Brown ran a 2-yard touchdown run in to give them the lead, or to extend their lead 14-6. That was with about 9:43 left to go in the third. And then Brown scored again on a 37-yard run with about 2:43 left to go in the third. And that kind of, at that point, it was more than a 2-score game. And Cherryville, they've got a very methodical offense, but they've got to do sustained drives with a lot of plays. It's hard for them to get a bunch of chunk yardage plays. So
it just took the wind out of the sails.
Yes, the fumble really was just the momentum shifter.
You could just see it in their body language, and it was like, here we go again.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, and because going into the half, man, they were fired up.
Yeah, it was.
They were fired up.
That might be the most optimistic. I would easily say that's probably the most upbeat that they would have been at halftime since the Avery County game, since their first game of the year.
Could you tell us the injuries though to this young man? So they just like the Patterson kid, what was it? Was the injury that just decided not to play the rest?
Not sure what. I don't know. Not a lot of information was given Brian. I think Brian talked to the coach and just found out he's not going to be able to not going to be able to dress out the rest of the year. So Adams actually went down with an injury late third, early fourth quarter, I believe, and we didn't see him the rest of the game. I hope it's nothing serious. I hope we get to see him. I drew a lot of comparisons to him, to not in playing style, but just a young quarterback getting exposed to a new system, to a first-year coach. I hope that he can look at Landon Flynn as a good example, because I think about Landon Flynn 2 years ago. East Rutherford just rebuilding their program. He's a young freshman or sophomore quarterback, familiarizing himself with the system, and he had some growing pains. There were some forced passes, interceptions, so forth and so on that occurred. And then I think about last year, he made a big step forward, and you could tell he really started to grasp the offense very well for East Rutherford. And then this year, I've not had the pleasure of watching East Rutherford play in person, but I know Brian has, and they are, and y'all have seen the points they put up on the board. They can light it up, and I think Landon has full control of that offense. He knows how to run it. So I hope that Jaden is healthy and that he can kind of take, just like I've been using East Rutherford as an example for Cherryville in terms of building a program, and it's a process, and I don't want to sound cliche, but trust that process, trust the coaching staff, what they're trying to build. I think Jaden hopefully can do the same thing with watching how Landon Flynn grew into that system at East Rutherford. So
the coach, Coach Davis said he always had Trevor playing hard.
Yeah,
they was always outmanned, but it wasn't because the kids didn't play hard, Brian. Right. They were just outmanned when you play a team that got 50 players, and you maybe got 18. You already outmanned from the get-go, but those 18 he had played real hard.
All right, guys, got to wrap up the show a little bit tonight. Got a couple things to go. I forgot to do this earlier today. I meant to do this earlier on the show. Anybody listening right now, you don't got to do anything special. You ain't got to do anything but call and tell JP. Trying to think what we should tell JP. I'm giving away Tar Heel tickets for tomorrow against Pitt. Tar Heel tickets tomorrow against Pitt. 704-435-2845. I got 2 sets of 2 tickets. Call JP and tell him you love him. That's all I need you to do.
Oh my!
So if JP picks up the phone and you want Tar Heel tickets, just say, "I love you, JP. Can I have Tar Heel tickets?" And he's going to get your email address, and he's going. I need 2 winners. I got 10 minutes to give these away. They play at noon tomorrow against Pitt. The Pitt Panthers coming into town. 7:04.
And it might be Max Brown's last game.
It might be Max Brown's last game.
So you better get there. I love Coach Brown, but I don't know. I am a diehard Carolina fan.
704-435-2845. 704-435-2845. We'll give away Tar Heel tickets right now. You got 10 minutes before we walk out of this building, and we'll give them away. If not, we're going to give them away first thing in the morning, 8 o'clock in the morning on the Saturday morning show. So if you want Pitt tickets, get Pitt Panthers tomorrow at noon in Chapel Hill. 704-435-2845. All right, well, we'll go through the scores as quick as I can. We got to get out of here in just a minute. Actually, Chip, you're in charge of that one because I got to go hit buttons. I'm glad you walk in here at night.
And why he putting it on Brian? Can you imagine us, Shelby, Pearl Allen, we up 20-0 and lose 21-20? Yeah. He'd have made us walk. He'd have made us walk back to Shelby.
Yeah, well, you're right.
That's right.
That's exactly right.
He said, "You ain't done nothing. You can't be tired, so walk back to Shelby."
No, you ain't done anything.
You ain't done anything.
That's exactly what he would say.
Coach Pearlie.
Yeah, that. Chip. One guy that we did not mention that was legitimately hurt tonight was Hefner.
Yes, yeah.
Because he had a concussion against Shelby.
Yeah,
and so he was. I mean, they weren't going to allow him to play.
Yeah,
and he's a go-to guy for Cherryville. But anyway.
Final score: East Gaston 28, Cherryville 6. So let's run it. Speaking of scores, whoa, timeout. Hold on, here, Kevin again.
We got to give away our numbers bookkeeping. Oh yeah. Player of the week. I never got my nomination from the Crest folks, so I've got two nominees. We'll vote on it. Numbers book.
He won. He won last week.
Who won last week?
Land
won last week, right?
Yes.
So the only other nomination that I do have I don't have a Kings Mountain nomination. Nobody called me from Kings Mountain.
Instead of Land, can I put that sophomore kicker in? Or somebody that won.
Why don't I need the exact stats? I need Crest. I need all kinds of things. I don't have nothing. So the winner is going to Elijah Goodson because I have no other choice.
We had a freshman kicker.
Good job for Elijah.
10 extra points.
70 yards rushing and a touchdown, 2 tackles, and interception. He's our numbers bookkeeping player of the week for the Burns Bulldogs. All right, Chip, finish them up.
All right, running down the scores real quick. So take a look. Games that are still in progress that we have updates. I'll do these real quick. Statesville shutting out Fretzy 421-0 right now. We have nothing on Freedom and High Brighton. We have nothing on West Meck and Hove. Let's see. And Community School of Davidson is up on Carver 7-6. Monroe's up on Forest Hill 34-9. Nothing on West Wilkes and Surrey Central. Saturday games: Bunker Hill, West Lincoln, Hickory, St. Stephen's, Lincolnton, Bandies. Let's see, nothing on Pine Lake Prep and Cross the King. Nothing on Mountain Heritage and Owen. Robbinsville's leading Cherokee 46-16. Our baseball score of the night: Andrews up on Swain 2-0. That's all we've got for that. Monday games: North Iredell versus North Lincoln. West Wilkes versus North Wilkes. Thomas Jefferson versus East Gaston. East Gaston's doing 2 games in 3 days. All right, or 4 days, I should say. Community School of Davidson and Mountain Island Raptors. Those 4 games are Monday. Now let's do the final scores. Running down. Painfully, South Point defeats Crest 27-26. East Lincoln over West Iredell 41-10. Kings Mountain defeats Forest View 41-23. Ashbrook 41 as well over North Gaston 41-13. Concord defeats Karsten 24-3. West Charlotte shuts out Hopewell 47-0. Lake Norman Charter shuts out South Lake Christian 50-0. Hunter Huss 46. Kramer 21. Mountain Island Raptors 40. Winston-Salem Prep 8. Burns shuts out Bessemer City 48-0. East Gaston defeats Cherryville 28-6. Shelby blanks Highland Tech 77-0. Forbush wins out a squeaker against the Elkin Bucking Elks 22-21. East Surrey 61. West Wilkes Central 14. Let's see, North Surrey 52. North Wilkes 13. Wrapping up, Mount Airy 28, East Wilkes 13, and North Stanley 21, Union County 7. Starmount shuts out North Stokes 65-0, and Corvian Community 42, or over Bishop McInnes 42-0. Those are our final scores. Any last words from anybody before we close things out?
Dennis, you okay?
Oh, yeah. A little fun.
I was just letting these guys get a little air.
Carolina Country, WCSL 92.9 FM, 1598. KTCBroadcasting.com.